time to call your lawyer.
And ours happens to be also a good friend. And that is Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. We're going to get an answer to this week's legal question of the week, which I know I threw that out there quite some time ago. And have you had a chance to think about it? Well, we're going to get a professional answer now. I went on and on about what my theory was. I'm sure I'm way off base. I typically am on these things. That's why we turned the question over to Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. By the way, before we get started with anything, let me remind you that what you're about to hear is just general legal conversation. It's not meant to be specific for your case or your situation. In order to get specific, you need to sit down and have a face-to-face consultation. A lot of attorneys offer a free initial consultation. Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates certainly do, so you should take advantage of that. And in the meantime, what we can tell you for sure is don't do certain things. Don't make statements. Don't let anybody record conversations. Don't sign anything, for heaven's sakes, until you meet with a professional. So let's make welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and Ask the Lawyer on Kicks Country 92.9. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. It's really nice to be able to talk to you during this beautiful spring weather.
I'm telling you what, it's nice, it's pleasant, it's not going to last for long, and it's going to get really hot, so we might as well enjoy it while we can. That's the way I look at it.
I agree.
And also, I've been looking at this question all morning, kind of stumped myself. This is why we turn these things over to you, because you're the friend in the legal business that we go to when we can't figure these things out. I got a question for you. If you're ready, I'll just go ahead and I'll read it to you.
I'm ready, Todd.
Okay, it says the following. I was riding my motorcycle on Tamiami Trail and was struck by a tourist with low limits of insurance. I had a badly broken leg that required surgery. I found out that the tourist was attending a work-related seminar at the time of the accident. What can I do? And I keep saying the fact that it was a work-related seminar has something to do with this, but I'll be doggone if I know what that is. So let's let you loose now and see what you say.
Well, it has a lot to do with it, because if you're in the course and scope of your employment, then your employer is responsible for your actions.
I see.
So because he was here on a work-related seminar, then there's a good chance that they would be able to make a recovery from the employer in addition to the tortfeasor.
I see. So, in other words, the fact that he was here on business, so to speak, and a lot of times, you know, people will say, hey, I'm here on business or I'm here for pleasure vacation. He was here on business, apparently, and that makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference, because if he just was here on pleasure, then you would be limited to, in your recovery, to whatever insurance that person had as opposed to the business.
I see. If there was a seminar involved and then he decided to take some vacation time on top of it, since he's here in sunny Florida anyway, does that change the circumstances at all?
It probably does. If he went to the seminar, it was over, and then he said, I'm going to stay in beautiful Southwest Florida for another week, I don't think you'd be able to
I see.
hold the company responsible.
Well, that's something that once I've brought that up now, I realize I don't know where to go next with that. We would need a professional to get involved at that point, is what I'm thinking.
I agree.
All right.
It's always important in these situations to consult an experienced personal injury attorney.
And you know, the thing is, too, being a motorcycle accident, that's like a whole subspecialty, I want to call it. Would that be a fair way of putting it?
Yes, it is, and our office represents a great number of motorcycle drivers.
Okay, so that's what you want to do, is get a hold of somebody that has depth of experience with motorcycle injuries. Bruce, thanks again for helping us make some clarity appear where it was muddy and murky just a few minutes ago. I appreciate you weighing in.
Well, Todd, it's always my pleasure to weigh in, and somehow you always have the most challenging questions.
It's interesting, isn't it? We get a lot of interesting situations, and I look forward to sharing another one with you next week.
Okay, I do too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and let me point you in the right direction. If you need some immediate help, get a hold of his office in Port Charlotte. That number's 941 941-743-7777. If you'd like to submit a question for future consideration, you can do that too through our website, kickscountry929.com, or call this number, 941-743-7777, and tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9. All out of time, so on behalf of the entire staff, ABC7's John Scalzi and myself, we all wish you a wonderful Wednesday.